will do.
Tina Turner, a private dancer. You don't want to see me dance, best kept private. Back tomorrow morning at 9:30. Have a good day till then. But right now it's 12 and here's Vanessa.
Thanks, Ken. Hello, this is Vanessa Felt sitting in for Jeremy Vine on the programme this lunchtime. The state of our beaches has been a cause of holidaymaker disappointment and national outrage this summer, and water companies have today been accused of failing to monitor sewage discharges at popular seaside resorts. If you live on the coast, what's it like where you are? Rishi Sunak is live in the studio to take questions about his vision for the UK if he becomes the next Prime Minister. In our medical special, we look at what it's like to get arthritis if you're a young person. And what's your strategy to avoid the kids having tantrums in the backseat of the car on long journeys? Please email your comment to vine@bbc.co.uk and include your name and phone number. You can text your point to 88291 or you can WhatsApp us on 08000 288 291.
BBC Radio 2.
But first, here's the news with Catherine Cracknell.
Thanks, Vanessa. Barristers in England and Wales have voted in favour of further strike action from September the 5th as part of a dispute with the government over jobs and pay. The Criminal Bar Association wants a pay rise of 25% for legal aid work. The Ministry of Justice has previously said escalating strike action could cause further distress for victims forced to wait longer for justice. Michelle Healy, who represents around 1,000 barristers across the Midlands, says morale is low.
I've never seen strength of feeling like this. People are angry, morale is low, and they are simply frustrated, and that's why people are walking away from working in criminal justice. This will be a standoff ultimately, and until the government comes to the table and makes a concession, I do not see people going back into court.
Energy bosses are warning ministers to do much more to help people with rising gas and electricity costs. The regulator Ofgem's expected to announce a new price cap on Friday, which could see average energy bills rising to around £3,500 a year. Prices of oil and gas have soared since the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Greg Jackson, who's the founder of Octopus Energy, says the government has to look at different ways to help customers.
There's a couple of things we can do. You could double the existing support package, or many of the energy companies now favour a programme where you do something called a tariff deficit fund. Essentially, we freeze the price cap roughly where it is and fund that during times when energy prices are very high, pay it back when they're coming down.
The government says it aims to help people struggling to pay their energy bills by targeting the most vulnerable. One of the plans would see GPs hold a consultation and verify need before writing a prescription, which would be given in cash or a voucher. Dr Jess Harvey, who's a GP in Shropshire, says in practice, the idea won't work.
I could be faced with a conversation with somebody who says I'm, at harm and need help, and am I going to say no to any of those people? No, of course I'm not. So It's just going to create a huge administrative load for not just myself, but for my additional colleagues within the practices. And I really don't think that we have the capacity at the moment to deal with that.
The former boss of Formula One, Bernie Ecclestone's indicated a not guilty plea to a charge of fraud at Westminster Magistrates Court. The 91-year-old, who's on unconditional bail, is accused of failing to declare overseas assets worth around £400 million to the government. A woman's died after the car she was travelling in crashed through a barrier onto tube tracks in London. The Range Rover hit another vehicle before ending up on the Piccadilly line by Park Royal Station. Another woman and a man have been taken to hospital. And researchers say they've worked out what triggers children's car journey tantrums and what can be done to delay them. Experts at Nottingham Trent University developed a formula after surveying 2,000 parents of under 12s. They say entertainment and food delay tantrums, but having siblings in the car was found to increase the chances of a backseat meltdown. And that's the BBC News at 4 minutes past 12.
Listen live on the BBC Sounds app. BBC Radio 2.
Coming up, water companies have been accused of failing to monitor sewage discharges at popular seaside resorts.
Take a look at my